was about to say, I'm like, oh, fucking.
All right. Hello, everybody. That's you fucking assholes.
Hi.
Hello.
God, oh, fuck. Okay, this is... Anthony, I know you're not nervous.
No.
Okay, this is no different than any other episode we did, except now we have a central theme.
Right.
Okay?
Which is weird, but
So, with that, I'd like to welcome everybody to Conspiring to Argue.
we're just stealing that.
So I reached out to the guy to see if I could steal his podcast name since he's not doing it anymore.
Uh-huh.
And he never wrote me back, so I took that to mean yes.
What an asshole. All right.
But that means yes, right?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, a non-answer means yes. That's how it works.
So when you're in an organization such as myself, Anthony, in big business, what we say is silence is acceptance.
Right. So the best thing we can hope for is that he sues us. That just helps us.
Anyway, it was a smaller podcast, and it only lasted a year. So after some time, the copyright falls off, and I'm taking it.
It's in the public domain now.
So welcome to Conspiring to Argue. I am Doug. Over there is Anthony, and joining us today is Drake. Hi, Drake. How you doing?
What's up, everybody?
Okay, so you are going to unveil to us right now what the fuck it is we're talking about tonight.
All right, so tonight we're talking about the Denver airport.
Why?
Well,
Thanks, everybody.
Well, honestly, I think it's just a very unique airport, and it's very.
I don't think you understood. I don't think you understood the assignment here. It's a very unique airport.
Okay, so the conspiracy is, are you talking about that there's a city built underneath it?
Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah.
Okay, so please, Drake, explain to me what the fuck the conspiracy is that we're going to uncover.
All right, so the conspiracy is essentially a group of people built this airport, and they're using it. What? Well, do you want me to just get into
his
like I didn't have an intro to this. I had like jump right in. You want an intro? I'll give you an intro. The conspiracy is
You really have a way of putting people at ease, Doug.
yeah, fuck you, Doug.
So I thought I did a phenomenal fucking job of starting the show off and then kicking it over to Drake to very quickly describe what it is that we're talking about.
Yeah, it's not a secret society underneath the Denver airport. Done there.
The Denver airport is it was an interesting airport. The conspiracy is that there was a group of people that built it.
You were.
Bro, when
If
I
we're gonna
planned
get
this out
through
in
this,
my
you
mind,
have to let him talk.
Thank you, Anthony.
I was talking to you. Let Doug talk.
Oh, okay, all right.
But no, not really.
Okay, I apologize, Drake, in my attempt of trying to keep the show moving. Go ahead.
All right. In order to start this conspiracy theory, we need to go back to the 13th century when the Freemasons were formed. All right.
Awesome.
So the Freemasons were formed in the 13th century.
Hold on. This isn't you doing a fucking book report. This is a conversation.
Yeah. No, I know. But I gotta inform
But anyway, the Freemasons were.
I gotta inform you.
I
The
need to know-
Freemasons were formed in the 13th century. All
I
right.
need to know about the Freemasons.
All right. Now we're gonna fucking ignore the Freemasons for a while now. All right.
Okay, you're gonna have to remind me about the Freemasons when we come back to them.
All right. So in 1988, I'm sorry, the Freemasons thing really got me. In 1988, they started discussion about building a new airport in Denver. Now, keep in mind,
Who's they?
the government, the city.
Okay,
Hold on.
Okay.
Before we even go any further in this conspiracy,
Okay.
you had an assignment.
Yes.
So what is a martyr?
I didn't realize that was my assignment. I thought my assignment was.
What's a patsy?
I don't know.
All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead with the Freemasons or whatever.
1988 Freemasons, the
All right,
government.
all right. No, we're ignoring the Freemasons for now. I just want to give you some background information on them. All right.
Oh, yep. And you did.
Good. All right. So, all right. In 1988, during the Cold War, they discussed building a new airport in Denver, thus the current Denver airport.
Okay. Got it.
So,
How many times did you practice reading this in the mirror?
probably at least 3 times. All right.
Awesome.
But considering this is going way far off track than what I expected it to, this is a shit show already.
We haven't even got.
Yeah, this is perfect. Everything so far is going way better than I thought it would.
Hold on a second. Hold on. You read a thing about the Freemasons that then told us to ignore. And then you started talking about, you read 2 sentences into your when the airport was built.
Yeah. So
how is that off track?
Just because shut up, Doug. All right. So this in 1988, this is when the building was being developed and talked about and all that, right? The unusual thing about building the Denver airport, the Denver area had plenty of airports already that were being used. So the fact that they were building a new airport is like building a new airport to replace the Chicago O'Hare Airport.
Okay.
To give it a idea behind it. But during the construction of the airport, there were many different companies contracted out to build certain parts and sections of the airport, right? Okay. But the issue with this is it would be one company building this thing, then they would get fired, then they would hire another company, and then they would get fired, and then move on, so on and so forth. They would just constantly be switching companies, so none of the contractors in that company would know too much about the airport while it was being built.
Or they just did a bad job and they moved on. But okay, go ahead.
Listen.
No, I'm listening.
All right. So the original quote for the airport was $1.5 billion for it to be built. And with all the contractor changes and redesigns, it made the airport $3 billion.
Is
that a lot for an airport?
I think so, because this was in like the 90s.
Right? Hold on. So for give us something to compare that to. How much did it cost that an airport of the same size? How much did that cost?
I have no idea. I didn't expect you to ask that question. I do know that it's like it's about $9 million in today's money is what it cost. And so
$9 million. So $2 billion, $3 billion 20 years ago is $9 million now.
Billion.
He said million, didn't he?
He did, okay, but I think you meant billion.
Okay, so, yeah, I meant billion. I'm sorry.
Okay, so is that helping or hurting the conspiracy?
No, that's just showing inflation. I don't know. You asked Drake, me to compare it to something.
Wait, hold on. Gas prices are high. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Drake, bringing up my question was specifically about bringing up the cost of building the airport. Why did you bring that up? Why was that a point?
Well, you'll see later when I get to that part.
When the Freemasons,
when the Freemasons come in, then you'll understand
that there's a lot of stuff that was under the books that they didn't discuss. So that's why it's important to bring up the price of it, because originally it was quoted for 1.5, right? But it was completed at twice that amount of money.
Okay,
right? So
which can happen.
Yep. Project went over budget. Okay, go ahead.
Well, the project shouldn't have gone over budget.
Right.
Anyways, okay. The airport was completed in 1995, and where they chose to build this airport was in a great plain area, so it was completely flat. There was nothing around besides farmland.
Sure.
All of that. But because of that, they bought so much land. Denver Airport is actually the second largest airport by landmass than any other airport in the world besides whatever the hell the first one is.
So you said you did a bunch of research for this.
I did.
When do we get to that part?
In probably about half an hour.
All right. Perfect.
All right. Now here's
hold on. No, you're not gonna fucking bulldoze your way through this. I've got questions, and you're here to answer them.
Let me hear the questions.
My question is, when you are doing research for a podcast, like, aren't you just curious? Like, holy shit, this is the second, by mass, the second largest airport in the world. I wonder where the first, like, second to who? Like, that don't even cross your fucking mind that could possibly come up.
I guess I was more interested in the actual conspiracy portion than it just being the second largest airport by landmass. So I guess that's an error on my part. And more for me to
Next
actually.
time we do a podcast about airports, you better know the information.
Don't worry, I will.
Anthony, when you are doing research into whatever conspiracy rabbit hole you're into, don't you end up going into like?
Yes, it offshoots about that's yes. That's
No,
why
but
that's why you never learn anything, because it offshoots into everything.
No, but if you're taking just the information that Drake has given us so far, which is okay, this airport costs $3 billion, which is way too much as compared to what? Who decides it's way too much? How much did the non-conspiracy airports cost to build? Are they $400? Are they $2.5 million?
But all right, to be fair, to put it in perspective, Denver is the newest airport that's been built in the United States, right? Because before that,
what perspective does that give me?
I don't know, but when it comes to money and inflation, I imagine it gives you something. All right. Because like all the other airports were finished build in like the 70s. All right. And then Denver didn't open until 95. So
right, but you did the little fucking funny math trick of saying that's this much money in today's money. You can do the same thing with 70s money.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
All right, let him get to the conspiracy part and where the Freemasons come in and the lizard people. Let's.
All right, so all right, now if you let me continue, with the whole largest airport. Fuck you too. So with the largest airport and all that, there are 6 confirmed underground levels to Denver Airport that aren't accessible by public. So from the ground level.
Whoa, hold on. Confirmed by who?
By what's this person's name? Alexander, like Christopher, I think is. I have it in my notes. I wrote this down. All
right, good.
I'm pretty sure it's by. Let me check. Yeah, Alex Christopher. That's the lady's name. All right, I don't know
who's she.
So essentially, she is a person that met one of the contractors out and about, and the contractor offered to take her for a tour of the airport and showed her the underground levels to the airport.
Okay. Did he say what they were for?
No, because they didn't even know. And the reason why she is so believed in this sense is that she later took one of her friends to the airport, showed him. And then this guy started talking. I forget the guy's name off the top of my head, but he started talking to other people about the underground levels. And shortly he ended up committing suicide. And everybody believes that the government killed him because he kept blabbing about the underground levels to the Denver airport.
But she's still alive.
Yeah, she's still alive. But after that happened, she shut her mouth and hasn't talked about it since.
Wouldn't at least... bare minimum, 2 of the contractors would know that there is 6 levels underground. Bare minimum.
Yeah. Right.
Why aren't they dead? Why didn't they commit suicide?
The people that built. So how many people do you think it takes to build 6 underground levels? Like 3?
At least 6 contractors.
Yeah, 6 contractors. That's probably about it. Honestly, like I said, they had no idea what they were doing besides that they were building.
But they knew how many fucking. They get on an elevator and it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ding, you're at 6. Yeah. Okay, so the whole fucking crew comes down, and they start at 6 anyway. It's not like they would build from the top.
But knowing that you have 6 levels underground doesn't mean anything. You don't know what they're used for. You just know that you're building 6 underground levels, right?
So then, why would this guy get suicided for telling everybody that there's 6 levels?
Because he must have found out what they were being used for.
How did he find out?
Just by process of elimination. All right. Now,
so you're eliminating everything that the levels aren't used for? That's a lot of shit.
Okay. Let's process of eliminate, Anthony. What was on level 3? Ready?
Ready?
Was it a florist?
Store? A florist? No.
Pizzeria?
Nope.
Plumbing services?
Nope.
But you guys don't listen. Shut up. You don't know this because there were buildings built underneath the underground level. There were multiple buildings built underneath.
Right.
That they didn't end up using and they just built over. Why did they build over these buildings that are underneath the Denver airport versus demolishing them?
That's what you're here to tell us.
No, that's a part of the conspiracy is that they're using the buildings.
For what?
Oh, they probably are.
Well, if you let me get deeper into the conspiracy, I will tell you what they're using the buildings for.
Perfect.
But you're trying to get the answers now.
Yep.
All right.
Donut shop.
All right.
I hope so.
As a part of the conspiracy as well, the fence that goes around the airport is faced inwards for the barbed wire, which suggests that they're trying to keep people in, not try to keep people out, such as if a prison would have their barbed wire, you know, if you guys can think of barbed wire on top of a fence.
Gotcha. Yep.
And then there's
We can.
also okay. Well, I'm Doug. I'm sure you've gone to prison at least 6 times, but I doubt Anthony has. So
What the fuck? I'm cool.
I got street cred.
So with that though, there's also a bunch of hangars that they built, and for
At
the
an airport? Are you fucking kidding me?
Let me finish. Shut the fuck up and let me finish. So with the amount of hangars that they have a ton of unused hangars, which is unusual for the size of airport that Denver is. So nobody can necessarily understand why they have so many unused airport hangars at this airport.
All of this just sounds like they didn't plan the building process very well. They had a lot of contractors. Shit was all fucked up. They built too many hangars. Aliens? Is that what you're getting?
No,
at here?
not aliens. Not aliens. The government. Anthony.
Oh.
The government.
Okay.
All
All right.
The government
Sorry.
and the Freemasons. All right.
Oh, sorry. My bad. Go ahead. They
All right.
built a lot of hangars. Okay.
So
At the airport.
At the airport.
So keep this in mind. They're
I will.
building all of this, and then they build 4 runways, if not more, whatever. But if you look at
Wait.
no, listen. Shut up.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up and listen to me. All right.
Sorry.
I need, if you want to,
Uh-huh.
Google a bird's eye view of the Denver airport, and you will see the runways make a swastika.
That was your job to Google.
Well, wait, am I supposed to send Doug the images and blow what conspiracy I'm trying to give him?
All you would have had to, okay, Drake, for the next, just so you're aware, if you have visual things that you want to reference, if you send them to me and label them like Exhibit 1, Exhibit 2, Exhibit 3, you can say, pull up Exhibit 1, and I'll just bring it up on screen.
Yeah, just
Okay.
put him in a file and he won't look at him until, you know.
Okay. All right, that's fair. All right, but so if you look at Denver Airport from a bird's eye view, all the runways make up a swastika, which is actually pretty crazy if you look at it. Somebody just posted in the Discord chat if you guys want to look at that picture. Anyways, otherwise you can Google it.
I mean, I guess it. No.
Like, do you? No.
Okay.
It looks like a swastika. I swear to God, everybody. All right. Anyways, so during construction, they spent $7 million on art for the art around the Denver airport, right?
Like paintings and shit?
Yeah, paintings, so on and so forth. I'm not sure if it includes the stupid ass horse that's outside the airport or not, but that doesn't matter.
All right.
Just in case if you were curious.
I was.
But if you look at all the art, it has such tones as of death and genocide, and then the idea of an authoritarian single government.
Okay, fucker. I asked you to research, not just copy
fucker.
Wikipedia.
Dude, I have notes.
I know you, and you never would say things as it has tones such as.
Yeah, okay. All right. To be fair, I did kind of plagiarize that part. I wouldn't say tones, but it has messages such as death, genocide, and single authoritarian governments.
What do you do for a living again? Please remind me.
I'm a janitor.
Okay. Anytime at work, have you ever walked into a bathroom with a mop in your hand and thought, this has tones of a Mexican dinner?
Yeah, a couple times, yeah. You know,
All right.
sometimes somebody explodes a toilet, and you're like, "What the fuck? How'd you get it on the wall?"
All right. So tones of death and destruction,
Genocide and
genocide. Got it.
All right. Despite the uplifting messages of the art behind it, so they made a
Wait. So is it death or is it uplifting? Wait, which one is
no. Okay, so like if you read into it, it's death, genocide, single authoritarian government. But if you're just like grazing over it, it appears to be an uplifting message. But if you read more in depthly into it, it has those darker tones. To it.
Sure.
So another thing during the construction that they made a capstone and a time capsule for the airport for some reason. Why why a airport needs a time capsule? I'm not entirely sure.
Probably the same reason they need hangars. I don't know.
How, Drake, most buildings, a lot of buildings, when they're doing the foundation, they do time capsules.
No, I didn't.
Okay, who do you keep looking at and laughing?
I keep looking at the Discord chat. Should I turn that down?
Yes.
Yeah, you should.
Yes.
All right. I'm done. I'm only looking at you guys now. Now I can see Doug vaping. All right.
I'm yawning, Drake.
Yeah, sure. So on this capstone, for instance,
What's a capstone?
It's essentially just the way they use it is to show who primarily paid for the airport, right?
Oh, okay.
And you would think that the people who would pay for the airport is either the city of Denver, the state of Colorado, or the U.S. government, or whatever.
It was the Freemasons.
But it was the where's my fucking the New World Airport Committee, right? If you Google the New Airport Committee, they do not exist whatsoever. There is nothing
Did
saying
they exist
that they
back
exist.
then?
No.
So how did they fund an airport if they didn't exist?
Because it was funded by the Freemasons. Because at the top of the capstone, it has the Freemasons logo on the capstone, suggesting that this New World Airport Committee is actually the Freemasons versus anybody else.
Okay.
So are you talking about the New World Airport Commission?
No, committee. Or
I think I know why you couldn't find it.
Commission.
Oh, that's hilarious.
No, they don't exist. I have Googled it. I know this.
All right. What do you want to know about them?
That is hilarious.
Listen, stop trying to ruin my conspiracy theory.
No, this is exactly how I wanted this to go. This
all
is
right,
perfect.
All right. Here's what I want to know about them then. Why did they have the Masons logo on the capstone?
What's a capstone?
I see why you don't want to do the podcast with Anthony anymore.
Because I don't know what a capstone is.
As I understand from the first thing that I Googled, the explanation is, and as for the Freemasons, well, they help make the time capsule for the airport, so they put their logo on it.
Yeah, exactly. But they probably also
exactly.
funded an exponential amount of the airport as well.
Probably. That's how conspiracies usually work. Probably. All right, keep going. I want to know what's going on at this airport. That there's 6 levels underground. We determined that it's not a plumber, it's not a donut shop, it's not a florist.
All right, so here's where it actually gets interesting for one.
Oh, thank God.
Sweet.
With the if you didn't know about the Freemasons are people that are high in power in government or companies.
Why didn't you tell us this from the beginning? Why didn't you tell us about the Freemasons from the beginning?
I did. I told you that they were formed in the 13th century, so shut the fuck up. All right?
Okay.
So with the Freemasons being high in power and all that, right? During the Cold War, they were worried of a
Drake, how many Freemasons do you know?
0.
Right.
I'm a janitor. Who the fuck do you think I know?
Anthony, you know some Freemasons, right?
Not that I know of.
Okay. How the fuck is it that I know I can name 6 of them?
Really?
Actually, you do. I know
from the podcast.
I know for sure that you know one.
Okay.
He's that guy from Romania that we used to work with.
Really?
Yes.
No, I did not know that.
Okay.
It doesn't surprise me, but I
Do
know
you
they're
think
around.
that he is high up in government?
Not all of them are. It's like, dude, you're like comparing me, the janitor of my company that I work for, to the fucking CEO. You're like missing a whole bunch of steps in between. All right. Not everybody is
So
the
you're
fucking
saying
top
that
of the Freemasons.
Hold on. So the organization Freemasons has to have a janitor too? Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
All right. So with keeping that in mind, with how they have powerful people in government and companies, so on and so forth, the idea behind it is that the Freemasons help fund with the government a military base that is to be used as an airport for the idea that if the U.S. was to suffer a homeland invasion, so realistically, the airport is an airport, right? But everything underneath it is a military base meant for the Air Force, military, so on and so forth, right?
What would be the advantage of being a janitor in the Freemasons? What do you get out of that?
That has nothing to do with what I was just talking about.
I mean, it's a legitimate question.
I don't know. You get to hear words about what people are saying. I don't know. You probably get paid good, I would imagine.
All right. Sorry. Go ahead. Didn't mean to cut you off. I was just stuck on that.
Okay, so
Sorry, Drake.
all right, so what the fuck is the conspiracy that there's a military base under the airport?
So the conspiracy theory is that the Denver airport is Area 52, which is its nickname, which is that the underground of Denver airport is a military base meant for in case of a homeland invasion of the United States.
And baggage handling, because I know they have a fully automated baggage handling system that is underground.
Have you been to the Denver airport?
I actually have, yeah.
Did you find anything weird? Or
No, I went when I was like, I think the last time I went, I was like 15 or so. So I don't necessarily remember all that.
Okay, Drake, I have some questions for you.
All right.
Okay, so I think it's a Mustang that was out front with the big evil red eyes, right?
Yep.
That you said didn't matter. And then the death paintings of the end of the world and all that shit that was up on the walls, right?
Yep.
And then the Freemason symbol right on the capstone, as you suggested.
Mm-hmm.
If it was a secret, do you think that they would do all that? Or do you think they do all that to throw you off that it's a secret so they can say, no, if it was a secret, would we do all that? What do you think, Drake?
Are you asking me if I believe in this theory?
I'm asking you, why do you think it's a theory?
There's a lot of like suggestion, like the whole, like for instance, the Freemason on the capstone. That's a big. Why is that there? Why is there New World Airport Commission that doesn't exist? Like those things are what made me really question. This isn't really adding up, right?
Okay.
So that's why I chose to dive deep into this a lot further compared to doing something boring like 9/11 or something.
Okay, so going back to the thing that you said, I'm going to pull this back up on the screen. Are you telling me when you look at this, you see swastika? And
Yes.
I'm looking at the overhead shot of the runway.
Yep.
How?
Tell me that doesn't look like a swastika.
That doesn't look like a swastika.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Do you know what a swastika looks like?
Yes, I know what a swastika looks like.
Draw one on your forehead right now. Let me see
On
it.
my phone.
Get a tattoo of it on your forehead.
So I do have a highlighter right here. I would do it, but I'm not going
Hold on. What would be the point of making runways look like a swastika?
to just try to throw people off, just like the whole.
Okay.
Like the whole putting
Hold
the
on.
Freemason
No, Anthony.
logo on it.
Me and you are on the super secret airport commission. Okay.
Okay.
Now your role in this. Okay, I'm the idea guy,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
And you are the commissioner.
Okay.
Okay, and
Okay.
I'm spitballing here on ways that we can throw people off the trail of our underground bunker.
Okay.
Okay, so what about this? We shape the runways to look like the most noticeable hate symbol in the world. What do you think of that?
How about we can do that, but we have to code it so it doesn't look exactly like it. But if you squint and want it to look like that, it does.
No, so you're saying we should make it look like the OK symbol that people make with their hands.
There you go. You got to remember, this was 95, so that wasn't a thing back then.
Okay, so and we have to use tiki torches for the runway lights.
I'm all I can think is 1995. We're gonna have to have all the baggage handlers wear their pants backwards like crisscross. How about that?
Go ahead, Drake.
Yeah, I'm looking at my notes. I gotta find where I'm at. All right.
How did you think this was going to go? Did you think you were going to convert us into like, holy shit, the Denver airport's got underground lizard people?
Yeah, no, yeah, honestly, and it's going the complete opposite way of what I thought it was.
Perfect.
Anyway,
so I want to know, what are they doing there now? Okay, obviously, like there's no.
Okay, so I'll tell you right now. So
perfect.
with the tunnels, with where Denver Airport is, it's fairly close to Colorado Springs.
Okay.
Colorado Springs has multiple Air Force bases around it, such as the Cheyenne Mountain Complex and Peterson Air Force Base. So the idea is that there's an underground tunnel from those facilities to Denver Airport.
How far apart are they?
85 miles.
85 miles of underground tunnels. Okay, go ahead.
Correct. All right. And that's by road. That's not like if you're
not as the crow flies.
Yep.
Yeah. So the idea behind it is that the underground portion of the airport is so large that it can contain a barracks of the Army and then multiple aircraft, tanks,
How many people are a barracks of the Army? How many people does that mean?
Probably at least 5.
Awesome. So you're saying that if say Russia attacks, they're going to bring the president to the Denver airport?
Correct. It would be, well, maybe not the president, but it would be used as a place for like the Pentagon to move to, that it's not so close to either one of the shores.
Don't they have other places they can take them that aren't super secret? Or
I have no idea.
Or that are more super secret?
that doesn't have swastikas as like that you can see from space.
Right. So if you were able to find all of this information, do you think that like they don't have the internet in Russia before they launch the nukes? Like,
well, there's only so much, concrete and dirt that radiation and nukes in general could penetrate through. So if it's 6 levels underground, I mean,
you think
how
you think
long
6 stories underground is enough for?
Yeah, enough to stop a nuke. I'd probably bet my money on it.
How much money you got?
Okay, don't Anthony,
like
don't we have like mid-level artillery called bunker busters that could probably get through 3 to 4 levels of that relatively easily?
Yeah.
And they just fire them
3 levels.
But there's another 3, so they shoot 2 of them.
No, it destroys the whole theory.
$3 billion wasted. Okay, yeah, just aim for the center of the swastika. We should be fine.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So, what do you think that there's like a whole city, a whole like
so
everything is set up for the end of the world for these elites to survive?
So yeah, the underground portion is set up as for the elites to survive, and the above ground portion, like I told you about the barbed wire, is set in to be sorts of a prison for anybody who thinks, like, say in Doug's example of Russia invading, that anybody who's sympathetic to Russia can be set up there. It has a types of prison.
Whoa.
Just so I'm clear, you go ahead.
Yeah, wait a second. So we're taking the president there, and we're taking all the Russian prisoners there at the same time.
Something like that. I don't know. The fence portion was kind of just thrown out there in my research, and I figured it was important to bring up. I'm trying to make conclusions to these.
I understand.
So
this is amazing.
So, but along with that, like I told you, with the extra hangars that were built on Denver that weren't meant for like that aren't used.
Uh-huh.
The idea behind it is that the Air Force bases such as Peterson Air Force Base or the Cheyenne Mountain Complex are storing extra aircraft there, as well as being stored underground.
So in order to in order to store aircrafts underground, don't you have to have access to them from above ground? Wouldn't you see that, or are the hangars just covering up the big open spaces where they fly the airplanes in?
No.
Haven't you ever seen Spies Like Us?
It would be like an elevator kind of deal. You'd park the airplane in the hangar or something, and it would like go down. You know?
Is that why it costs $3 billion instead of $1.5 billion?
Yeah. So all right, there is a $7 billion luggage thing. Luggage
is that what they call it?
Luggage claim thing.
Like a counter?
Shut up. Anyway, like a luggage sorting system that they didn't end up using. That is $7 million that wasn't used. No, I meant to say million. I'm sorry. That time I meant to say million.
Sorry. All right.
$7 million that weren't used.
Aren't important.
And do you know why they didn't use it?
Why?
Because it didn't work.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what they tell you, but in reality, it's to like transport the aircraft underground, not to actually transport luggage.
No, you can watch it.
The difference between the size of like a luggage pack and an airplane, they're different. What are you talking about?
I thought they were the same size.
You can watch an entire documentary strictly about that baggage system and how well it worked conceptually, and then how poorly it was executed.
No. To be 100% fair, when I chose this topic, I didn't think either one of you would have ever even heard of Denver. So I'm actually surprised how well versed you are in this.
I have never heard of this conspiracy theory before. Does that count?
Yeah,
you haven't really?
Fair.
No, I never have.
Oh.
Because it's stupid. I mean,
I'm presenting it stupid, probably, because like I'm not saying I buy into it, but it's a pretty well versed conspiracy.
But do you understand? Like, okay, so you suggested that there is a 6-level deep city underneath the airport that expands past the boundaries of the airport under the ground.
Yep.
With an 80-mile tunnel.
85 miles.
To an Air Force base to hold more airplanes underground.
Or to transport troops in between the two, yes.
For what reason?
In case of a homeland invasion
no,
of the United States.
If there's a homeland invasion, you don't want to have another access point from a known military base that leads directly to your super secret.
Here's what they're going to do. They're going to bomb the bases, right? So in order to prevent the fucking airplanes from being bombed, you put the airplanes in the tunnel and then you move it 85 miles down the tunnel to the
Wouldn't it be faster to fly the planes than to fucking pull them through a tunnel?
Well, what if they're already on the U.S. soil? Then they're going to know, hey, look, a U.S. plane, let's shoot it down.
So wait a minute. So these tunnels are big enough to like bring airplanes all the way through for 85 miles? And then it only costs $3 billion.
Okay, all right. So I got to that portion. All right, I'm not entirely sure on the airplane perspective, but no. Let me finish. Let me finish. All
right.
So the largest tunnel in the world is 42 miles long. This is a regular commercial use tunnel for like trains, cars, whatever. Right. But the largest actual tunnel is the Delaware Aqueduct that was built in the 30s.
Okay.
Which is 85 miles long. So and this aqueduct is 13.5 meters in diameter, which suggests that since it was built in the 30s, we have the technology today to make a bigger tunnel such as that to span the 85 miles, right? And to put it in perspective, the aqueduct was 13.5 feet wide. A regular tank is 12 feet wide. So you could drive a tank all the way through this tunnel if you wanted to.
How wide is an airplane, Drake?
Probably like 12 feet. I have no idea. This was just an example to prove that the theory is still there, that especially with a tunnel that was built in the 30s, that you could expand it to be even larger for an airplane or for
inflation.
Else.
Because of inflation, the tunnel.
Because of inflation.
Are high, right? So what what I'm hoping here is that you'll take some of this, we can call it criticism, I guess, and apply it to future episodes of this show where you're like,
100%. I'm going to be prepared for every fucking question you have.
I doubt it.
Is this is fucking embarrassing for me?
is it? Is it?
Yes, 100%.
Why?
Well, for one, chances are I'm going to send this to my mom and she's going to watch it. And for two, I can't see Discord right now, but I'm pretty sure I'm probably getting roasted.
Well, yeah. I mean, so am I, though. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. You can't let that shit weigh on your mind while you're trying to convince me that the Freemasons are taking over the world from Denver Airport or whatever it is you're trying to say.
Here's what I love. So far, this has been my favorite part. Okay, the longest tunnel in the world is 45 miles. I am proposing that their tunnel is 85 miles long. Now, an average tank is 14 feet wide.
12 feet wide.
So there's a good chance that a plane with a really tiny wingspan could be drawn through there.
No, he's talking about the single engine Cessnas or whatever.
Okay, Drake, how the average fighter jet, what is that, an F-14? Is that still a thing?
Sure.
What's the wingspan of an F-14, Drake?
F-14 wingspan.
Pull that up, Jamie.
60? Is it 64 feet or 64 inches? What the fuck?
Probably 64 inches.
Yeah, it's 64
All right,
inches.
64 inches. So whatever that is.
That's 5 feet, Drake.
Yeah, see? So yeah, F-14 can fit through there. Eat shit, dog.
Two of them next to each other.
Yeah, exactly. Eat shit. A tank, F-14, anything can go through that bitch.
So
yeah, your mom's going to be proud.
So 64 feet. And your tunnel's 12 feet.
No, 64 inches.
Cool.
Okay, Drake.
I'm convinced.
Drake.
Yeah.
Get closer to the mic. Okay. I want you to hold your hand out like you're praying. Come on. Start moving them slowly apart and stop at 6 inches. Okay. Now that times 10, do you think that's bigger or smaller than an airplane?
Probably about the same.
Right.
I mean, have you seen a fighter jet in person? I sure as shit haven't.
No, but I know what 60 inches is.
So you think they're lying that a fighter plane is 64 feet just to throw us off this fucking tunnel?
I'm understanding.
It is not 64 feet. It's probably, like you said, it's probably 64 inches, all right, or something. I don't fucking know.
How tall are you, Drake?
You do know.
How tall are you, Drake?
I don't like 5'2".
In inches, how tall are you?
Like 6 inches.
Drake, don't be stupid.
I know I'm 120 centimeters.
Fuck. You live in America, man.
Says who?
Okay, move on.
God. All right. So, who is in control of all this? The military is in control of the whole airport?
So the military and the Freemasons both went in like 50-50 to build the airport and have it under control.
Awesome.
Because the Freemasons are high up in the government and the military that they all managed to agree with one another that this was a necessity to be built. And so they built it in case, because during the fear of the Cold War that Russia would invade the US, that they would have a place to hide.
Oh, okay. So what are the Freemasons up to now? What are they building now?
Smoking crack? I don't know. It's not like I researched them. My project was on the Denver airport.
But it all ties together though, right?
Well, yeah, but if I was to go in depth about every conspiracy theory, soon enough this would be like 3 hours long and I'd be talking about aliens from Mars.
So are there aliens in the Denver airport?
No.
Okay.
I want to read a couple bullet points, Drake, and then I'd like you to respond to them.
Okay.
What is below Denver is no big secret. There is indeed a network of tunnels, around 470,000 square feet of them, in fact. These are used by about 1,000 people a day ferrying luggage around planes and baggage areas. These tunnels are also home to miles of plumbing and electrical cabling, which would otherwise take up space above ground. The most mysterious thing you'll find down here is a multi-million-dollar baggage system intended to be one of the most advanced in the world, designed to shuttle baggage all over the airport effortlessly, but it never worked properly, and in 2005, it was scrapped entirely. You think that's all bullshit?
Yes. I doubt anybody goes under there. Otherwise, they would have footage under there.
Well, you can watch a documentary. I told you that. Like,
the documentary's fake.
Okay. What about this? From the air, Denver's runways are apparently swastika-shaped, although you have to squint quite hard to see this at all. Really, the fan-shaped design allows aircraft to take off in any direction no matter what the wind is doing. It's just a good design. What do you think about that?
No, honestly, looking at it and thinking about airplanes, I thought it made sense. So I didn't really understand the swastika portion of it at all.
What about the fact that it doesn't look like a swastika?
It looks like a swastika. You are full of shit if you say it's not. It does not look like one. But I do admit the way it is designed, I think it is properly optimized.
Swastika shape is. Who would have thought?
All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
What, me?
Are you all done with all your research?
Yeah, pretty much. I feel pretty defeated by now. Yeah.
You shouldn't. You. Okay, you should, but don't let this hamper your efforts for next time. You will win it. You will win us over next time. I promise.
Next time I'm coming ahead. I'm gonna double my amount of effort, and you guys aren't gonna have a single unanswered question. And I am going to convince you that the government is behind everything.
Perfect.
And you know what? We are going to double your pay.
Good.
Perfect.
Although 2 times 0 is still 0.
All right. You want to have the last word here, Drake?
Yes, Drake does. Drake, what is your Twitter handle so people can send you ideas to conspiracies for us to discuss?
My Twitter handle is @CoconutDrake. Otherwise, it's the same in Discord, more or less. If you have any ideas for me,
more or less,
it's without a space in Discord. Anyways, send me an idea on Twitter, Discord, whatever. I don't really give a shit. I'll look at it, and it just gives me more ideas of what to research, because the list I have is kind of lame. And Denver Airport was more or less the coolest one I could think of.
Whoa.
All right.
Well, okay. Would you have preferred me to sit here and tell you about 9/11?
Yes.
No.
Oh,
I don't care. This was fun. I'm good.
Because I want it. Because let me explain this to everybody that came into this. I was trying to think of a conspiracy that you haven't really heard of, but that was also like viable. I didn't want to sit here and tell you about 5G, but at the same time,
that's what I want to know about.
I also didn't want to sit here and tell you about 9/11, because I thought it'd be fun to talk about a theory that not a lot of people have heard of. And then at the same time, that it's actually a theory that you could actually buy into. So,
okay, hold on, stop. Can I request that you do 5G? Because I want to know about that.
I really don't want to do 5G.
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be next time, but just someday teach me about 5G.
Yeah. All right. If this continues on, if the fans say that this was good, I will do 5G.
So you are misunderstanding what happens here. Okay. I'm going to speak for both Anthony and myself.
Okay.
I would like this to continue.
Fuck yeah.
So I had fun. If nobody wants to listen to it, that's fine. I don't care.
No, yeah, this was fun. I think it was fun. You made me laugh a lot, so we're good.
Drake, as long as you would like to continue doing the research, then I'm going to go ahead and set up its own feed for this.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I would love to continue to do this.
Sweet.
If we ever blow this thing up and we have to get to a point where we do ad reads, you have to do the ad reads.
Yeah. 100%. I'll show your fucking MeUndies and Casper mattresses all you fucking want.
All right.
Right here from my fucking closet.
Good.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
We need to have like a good sign-off line or something. Bye.
Bye.
All right. So that's it then.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So anybody that's watching live, there should be another feed on Patreon to watch us train wreck this fucking Dungeons and Dragons thing.
I'm excited. Definitely going to tune into that.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Drake. Had fun.
See you later, Drake.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.